always, guys, respect the pump.
GM, welcome back. Bit of a weekend quickie here. I mean, who doesn't want a weekend quickie? Just going to do a quick update on the market here. Just a few things catching my eye. Obviously, yesterday we had a massive pump, and kind of fundamentally, the winds of change are here now for crypto, with interest rates set to come down very soon. So as you can see on screen, BTC around 64K, which is a beautiful sight considering the prior fortnight plus, which has been quite mentally draining, to be honest with you, and a lot of this price action badly affecting the mood in my household, to say the least. Obviously overinvested, and these things happen, but Bitcoin showing some serious life here, which is just tremendous to see. So this is pretty welcome stuff. We're seeing open interest starting to tick up a bit. I think generally this kind of $21 billion of OI, we've seen some sell-offs from that kind of region. So I'll be monitoring that to see if we get a bit too overzealous in the coming week or so. But as things check out here, everything's looking pretty good. Sol ETH is actually up quite considerably here. ETH generally still looking weak. We got ETH BTC. Yes, ETH BTC not looking great, to be honest with you. So strength has still been with Sol, and Sol as kind of altcoin market leader, you want to see strength from that going into this coming week. And if we just go through the memes here, WIF up massively from the bottom here, testing this kind of 195 resistance now, which it's been pushing into earlier today. We've also got PopCat, Binance, Perps listing, spot to come, and 74 cents. I mean, if you manage to get in on this rocket ship ride over the last few days, I did manage to ride up a decent trade, rotated to WIF currently. And yeah, things are looking pretty good. So it's nice to have a fun market in front of us. There's loads of altcoin setups out there as well. Maybe you want to check out the likes of Phantom, looks really strong. Sui as well looks really good. Tau, tremendous. Did rotate my render bag into Tau and added a nice top up somewhere in the region of like $290 last week. So pretty happy with how things are panning out here. Now, in terms of the tide changing, if we just think about the trajectory of what is to come, the Powell Pivot at Jackson Hole was pretty tremendous to see. So this is from Nick. Powell is dovish across the board from the same stage where he 2 years ago signaled the Fed would accept a recession at the price of restoring inflation. Now remember how far we've come since like November of 21, when we realized that the Fed was going to start to increase interest rates, and that was the start of the end for the crypto markets in terms of that bull phase. We've come a long way. It kind of feels like not that long ago, to be honest with you, but a lot has happened, and now we start to see these kind of phrases. The cooling in the labor market conditions is unmistakable. So dual mandates, inflation and employment, and now he's pretty much stating that inflation is done with. They've pretty much taken a victory lap. His speech was pretty incredible. He was getting the lap of honor in, and now it was time to tackle the issues around the job market. So it seems unlikely that the labor market will be a source of elevated inflationary pressures anytime soon, and we do not seek or welcome further cooling in labor market conditions. The time has come for policy to adjust, i.e. bring down those interest rates, baby, which should bring a lot of money in off the sides. No longer will people be comfy with their T-bills. If rates come down considerably, they're going to be looking for a risk. And of course, you can free up potentially some capital and some disposable income from those who will be paying less interest overall on said loans. So the meeting on the 18th of September is the next one up. So 3 weeks out, 25 basis points, potentially 50 basis points into November, probably going to get another cut. And then December, potentially the market pricing in a third cut in there as well. So I think there will be 3 times 25 basis points if I was to put my neck out on the line. And so what we'll see being set into motion is rates coming down and the trajectory being set for lower and lower and lower and lower. And we'll get into kind of momentum of that occurring, which is going to be hopefully very, very good for the crypto markets here. So one thing I did notice was recently there's just tons and tons of huge movements on chain. I know Whale Alert does pop off quite a bit in normal times, but it's caught my attention over the last, specifically the last week, whilst people were very scared. Huge amounts of money being minted, moved to Bitfinex, Tether printing loads of money, lots of that kind of stuff, USDC being printed onto Solana. And that made me think big boys are definitely moving in these waters. You can see that from the stablecoin market cap, 169 billion. I mean, if you just go to the start of the month, 164, we've increased by $5 billion in a very short span of time there. So that is obviously very bullish. One thing to note on stablecoins, we have a stablecoin potential cooker here with Kerosene and their stablecoin DYAD. Now, Grant over at BLOCMATES has a report on this coming out on Monday. I have given it a read over in draft format. Very good indeed. There is actually a podcast out right now on Flywheel on YouTube with Joey from DYAD. DYAD stablecoin, the kind of functional token behind it, utility token, is called Kerosene. Huge amounts of liquidity incentives. So this thing could be farmed if you do buy a NFT called a note. So you'd buy a note, which is an NFT on ETH mainnet. So you'd be buying that on OpenSea. You would then maybe add some Kerosene if you wish, but you can just farm this with DYAD and USDC, I believe it is, to earn a huge APR. Definitely give this a little look over if you can. I think this one is a potential cooker. We know decentralized stablecoins are required in crypto, and this is a CDP-based stablecoin where rather than having a lot of inefficiency, if say that a loan to value max you can get on a loan, you put in 10K's worth of ETH, you can withdraw like $6,670 worth of stables, 66% odd LTV. What you can do is add to your vault, your NFT, the notes, Kerosene, to actually bring that up so you can actually mint 100% of your collateral. So your 10K deposited of, say, staked Ether, you make up the difference with Kerosene, and then you can mint 10K's worth of stablecoins. So article coming out on that on Monday, so a bit of alpha coming your way. Then homework from Ansem. So Ansem, who has fallen out of favor somewhat, which is pretty hilarious because almost like an altcoin has its cycles of up moves and down moves. People don't really like him anymore, but he does provide a lot of alpha. And this was interesting. Weekend homework, go through the top 200 alts by volume on Binance, mark out July 5th and August 5th lows, look at which are making higher lows on their alt BTC and alt ETH pairs, take the top 20 by ROI off the bottom, research fundamentals on those, pick 5. And then this guy posted this saying, look, he's gone through them. He likes Jito, Aave, Tau, Jupiter. So those are some, if you were to carry out that thought experiment yourself, you'd come up with some of those names, which is very interesting and just alpha on how a very good trader in the market would perceive things in this situation, the kind of tasks they would set. So there's a lot of learning lessons to be had from this kind of stuff and following good traders. One that I really like is Kamino Financier, the Aave on Sol. It's currently at 5.6 cents. And this was the token unlock, the kind of airdrop unlock of 350 mil tokens, which has been eaten up straight away, which I think is a bullish signal here for Kamino. So that one, again, on my radar, have been buying. I've bought 2 clips worth. I'll probably add a third and final clip at some stage, but that is pretty much it. We're seeing some nice moves across the board. BTC 64K. Very much excited to see where we get off to next week. And of course, this has been massaged down. There is collusion between central banks to weaken the dollar, obviously. And that breaking down below 100, hopefully in this coming week, will spark even greater returns in our market. So long time coming. BTC finally looking healthier. Altcoin market healthier again as well. So hope you enjoyed this one. Subscribe if you're new. Peace.